The greater good.
Hey everybody, Greater Good Mining here. Today I just wanted to share with you my overclocks on my RX6800 rig and my 3070 rigs for Dynex. My 3070s were dialed in okay, but my 6800s, I just took whatever hash rate .no had. And you guys probably already know if you've tried to overclock AMDs, it's kind of complicated. There's a lot of different settings you can change. There's a lot of potential with the AMD cards. If you know how to tweak all these settings, but I am not as patient as some. I like at least a good overclock to start with, and then I can tweak from there. This overclock, you can get about 7.9 kilohash, and it is about 120 watts. So, I mean, you're getting more hash rate, but it is pulling a lot of wattage, and I just want a more efficient rig. So these are the base settings that I had punched in and tweaked a little bit on my own. From hashrate.no, and I ended up hopping into Terra Hosting's Discord. I'm going to share their website real quick if you don't already know about Terra Hosting. Hawk, Mining King, Vistang from GPU Risers. These guys have an awesome company, and here's their website, terrahosting.io. They have hosting services. They're standing up nodes for Flux. They're starting to become a reseller. Good things going on. If you need hosting, if you need some gear, these are good people. Contact at terrahosting.io, or there's their phone number. Check out their website. And also, you can join their Discord. I just joined their Discord, and first thing I see is a nice overclocking section. And thanks to Hawk, he posted a great place for me to get started. This setup alone, these overclocks alone that he posted saved me like 200 watts on my rig. So these are good settings for an RX6800 if you just punch these straight into Hive. But you guys might also know Ovalbore Tech. He's known as not an EMT tech on Discord. Ovalbore Tech said try the ones below it. These were too aggressive for my rig, so he gave me some tips. I started with 800 on fields 2 and 3, the VDD CI, I believe it is. And I'll show you in my Hive in a second where I started. I started 800 for both of these. And then field 5, 1325. So some of these settings were too aggressive. My rig was crashing. But let me just go ahead and show you in Hive where I landed. And these clocks have been running nice for me. I'm getting about 6.5 kilohash. I'm only pulling about 80 watts or so per card. My total rig on my meter box, I'll leave a link in the description and for my discount code for meter box as well. Just a little shill there for you guys. 550 watts. I've only got 5 cards because I'm an idiot and I sold one. I wish I would have kept all of them. I don't know what I was thinking. So 550 watts for 5 cards for the total rig watt pull. 550 watts. The entire rig's very efficient now. So these are my clocks. Core clock I landed at 1350. Core voltage and memory controller voltage. These are the ones that Ovalbore Tech recommended I start at 800 with, and then he said just bring them down 15 at a time. And that's what I did. I ended up down like to about 650 or so, and the rig started giving me invalid shares. So it was able to run. Like it was running with these down to about 650, 640s. It didn't crash or anything, but I was getting a lot of invalid shares, so I couldn't push these two further down. He said that if I tweak the VDD max, the SoC VDD max a little bit, I might be able to go lower with these, but I'm running so efficiently and stable, I didn't want to mess with it anymore. The other one that I tweaked down a little bit was the memory voltage. 1270 is where I landed. So you can try these if you want to start, or like Ovalbore Tech said, if you want to put these two at 800. Field 5, he said start at 1325. So this is the one I started at 1325 and tweaked down. 800 and 800 for these two fields. And then the rest you can just kind of punch in and then tweak these down until you start getting invalid shares or your rig crashes. So that's how I landed at my overclocks. They've worked really well for me on the RX6800 rig. So now let's check out my 3070 rig. I'm getting 5 kilohash on my 3070 rigs. I've got an Octominer with 3070s in it as well. It's the same exact thing. So overall, 500 watts, and you can add probably another 150 or so, I would say, for like the system. You know what? Let me just show you my Octominer rig because they're more accurate with the total wattage. All right, so we're in the Octominer rig now. So 1185 divided by 12. That's like overall total at the wall, 98, 99 watts per card at the wall for the whole system. So it's pretty good. So the clocks that I have in are like in the config section. So you guys probably already know how to get there. CPU's disabled. I heard the Malib endpoints might be going away soon. If you want to know more about what Dynex has going on, they're going to do an AMA on November 17th, and it's going to be hosted by Chump Change XD. It says, without disclosing too much, this is probably going to be one of the most significant AMAs that they have ever done. So mark the date, tune in, Friday, November 17th. It's going to be hosted by Chump Change, 1300 UTC. Okay, so here's where I landed with my clocks for the 3070 rigs, and they're running nice and stable and efficient. So GPU core clock 1500, memory clock 5000, core offset 370. So this is how you'd punch it in. I'm on SRB miner and I'm on the newest version. Don't forget, guys, to change your version to 2.3.9. If you're on earlier versions, eventually they will not be supported. They might already not be supported at this point. I just switched over. Now you can do it the easy way too, by the way, guys. Before you had to punch in a command, like a run command. Now Hive has the latest version of SRB miner for mining Dynex right in your flight sheet setup. So you don't have to worry about punching in a weird command if you're not used to that. So anyway, there's no excuse not to switch to 2.3.9 now. You do lose a tiny, tiny bit of hash rate, but so does everybody else. If you know what I mean, we're all in the same boat. Everybody will have to update to 2.3.9. So the amount of hash rate you lose across the board means everyone's losing that amount of hash rate. So we're all kind of like on a level playing field. So don't worry about losing a tiny bit of hash rate. Everybody in the world mining Dynex right now lost the same amount of hash rate. So we're all in the same boat. So anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to share these overclocks with you. I really appreciate the guys over at Terra Hosting. Hawk posted some good overclocks. Ovalbore Tech helped me dial them in even more. Thank you, Ovalbore Tech. He's got a lot of aliases. Not an EMT Tech on Discord. And I think he's Eric Berger on Twitter. I'll leave those in the description. So thanks again to Ovalbore Tech, Hawk, Mining King. You guys are great. Thanks for helping me get my rig dialed in. Hop into their Discord, say hi. They also have like support for like hosting. It's just nice having these guys available. If you're hosting with them, you can chat with them in their Discord. So anyway, I hope this video is helpful to you. These guys have been very helpful to me trying to get my rigs dialed in. So thank you very much to Ovalbore Tech and the guys at Terra Hosting. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking the video and sharing it with some friends. Subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good.
The greater good.